So I wanted to talk to you today really about the impact of friends and what they have with regards to your weight loss or family. And this is not meant to be in a negative form in any way, shape or form. But other people can try to influence you, and they can try to tell you what they believe is best for your weight loss. I've got people in my life who have constantly told me that I'm too thin, that I need to fatten myself up a bit, I need to get some meat on my bones, and they don't mean it in a negative in any way. And I know full well, they love me, and then they're not trying to put me down at all, but they're just not on my page. They're not on my wavelength with regards to what I do, and they can't really understand, why I have the diet that I have. And I think they think that because I changed my body shape quite dramatically a couple of years ago, that I must hardly eat anything. But actually, in kind of reverse of that, is I eat more than I've ever eaten. And if they'd have really known what I was eating, sort of in my late teens and my early 20s, that's when they should have been worried about me. That's when they should have sort of said to me, you need to, maybe get some help with regards to your eating patterns and, the psychology of you eating. So you've got people in your life that will, when you go through this kind of body transformation and you start changing your body shape and you start looking fantastic and you start feeling fantastic and people can start noticing a difference. They don't mean to, but of course they will be a tiny bit jealous of what you've achieved. So once they, you don't yo-yo, you've lost the weight and you keep it off, or you keep losing the weight, then they'll try and tell you that, maybe that you need to put some more weight on, or that this plan isn't right. You're looking too thin, you're looking too gaunt. And as a woman, as we get older and we lose, the collagen within our faces, they might notice that you do look slender, and that you have made a massive transformation with regards to your body. And as much as they are not trying to sabotage intentionally what you're doing, they are. Because you love them and you are inclined to listen to them. And these are the people that have been in your life for a long time. And certainly if you've been doing a program with me, I've not been in your life that long. I might have only met you this year, or I might have only met you in the last couple of years. So realistically, you're going to be more inclined to listen to them rather than listening to me, and kind of making sure that you keep them happy. You don't want to cause arguments. It is hard, it is tough when you're trying to be really good and you're trying to stay on a program, and you go out for dinner, or people might invite you round for dinner and they don't understand why you don't want to drink, or why you don't want to have a pudding, or why you're eating the way that you're eating. And it can cause problems, and it can cause arguments. But I'm here to tell you the best thing for you guys to do is actually be really honest with people and just say to them, I'm feeling amazing at the minute. I'm feeling great. I'm eating more than I've ever eaten. I've just got rid of all the crap from my diet. But I'm eating great portion sizes. I'm eating a lot of vegetables. I'm eating good quality protein. I'm getting high fats. I've got more energy than I've had before. And I don't want to change that. And I know full well. And sometimes when you give them the facts, that actually can make them go, oh, wow, okay, maybe I should do what you're doing. Certainly with regards to the alcohol, if your liver is toxic, or it's trying to detoxify because you've put alcohol in your body, it cannot burn fat then. And sometimes it doesn't burn fat for up to 72 hours afterwards. So, if you're going round people's houses for a Sunday dinner, or for instance, like if I'm going round my mum's for Sunday dinner, and she will always offer a drink straight away. and I'm having a drink, and if I have a glass of wine, then I know full well that my body will not burn fat on Monday and Tuesday until Wednesday. And that's just the way that your liver works. It cannot burn fat if you are trying to detoxify through alcohol. And you've got to remember as well, alcohol has got all that excess sugar in it that your body just does not need. That is wasted calories, wasted sugar, wasted sort of sabotage, because your body doesn't use alcohol at all for anything. Doesn't give it energy, doesn't give it any nutritious value. There's absolutely 0 point if you are trying to lose weight to drink alcohol, because it does not do anything for you. Likewise, people will turn around to you and they'll say, oh my God, you've got to have carbs. Why are you not having any carbohydrates? Your body needs pasta, rice, potatoes. And what they don't realise is that actually you get pretty much all the carbohydrate energy you need from your protein and your vegetables. And you've got a hell of a lot of carbohydrates coming in from the vegetables that you're having. Remember, on Kickstart, we still have things like sweet potatoes, brown rice, all of those nutritious, good, essential energy sources with regards to what you're needing. Just because you've stopped eating pasta and bread, instantly they think that you're going to internally combust, and this is not a good diet for you. Actually, what they don't realise is that pasta and bread are completely full of sugar, and it's probably what's causing them not to look the way that they want to, because they're eating it. So my real advice to you is to be honest with people and to tell them why you are doing things. That way you won't feel guilty for doing it. It would be like somebody who was an alcoholic or a drug addict that was desperately trying to change and give up, and then other people being like, I can't understand why you don't have a drink. Of course family and friends would support that person and they would want them to get better. It's just the same way. Sugar is an addiction, and if you've been addicted to sugar for a long time and your body has been toxic for a long time, the fact that you're ready to make a change from it and that you're making positive changes should be supported by the friends and family that you've got. But you have to be honest with them. You have to tell them. You can't expect them to understand and to just know, to mind read what you're going through and what you're doing. And don't talk about it just being like a diet. This is a massive lifestyle change that you've made or you're making. And yes, we're not asking you to be good all the time. You can still go out for dinner, and there's loads of places in Cambridge that you can eat and still follow KSFL. And also when you're going around people's houses, there's still good things that you can pick and choose. And I think it's really just about being mindful and being prepared. Maybe not going to places starving hungry so that you will just ram everything in your mouth as quick as possible, certainly like on a buffet or anything like that. But I also think that if you're aware of the foods that you know full well don't make you feel well, that you will make those right choices. So what I really want you to do, guys, is if you've got any questions about eating out or about making the right choices or anything like that, please post below, and I can kind of give you as much feedback as I possibly can here. But don't let friends or family sabotage what you're doing. You never ever have to apologise for wanting to make your life and your body be better. And you shouldn't have to be made to feel bad because of that. Sometimes when you're really honest with people, actually they just want to do what you're doing. And because they don't understand it to start with, they will instantly see it as a negative and they will instantly try to pull you down. But if you are honest with them and you tell them exactly what you're doing and how well you're eating and all the amazing things that you're eating, and you're not surviving on lettuce leaves, that they actually might come round to your way of thinking and might actually want your help from it. So I hope you've found this interesting, and I'd love to know your thoughts. And I'll speak to you soon.